how to close real estate deals with $500 marketing budget. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today I'm going to go step by step the action plans that I have taken when I only had $500 marketing to do deals consistently. Okay, now what I'm going to show you, some of the stuff is revolutionary, some of the stuff is old school. I combine it together, but when you add it all up, your marketing is going to only be $500 a month. Okay, so let's dive in. The very first thing I would do is to hire a VA. Okay, now what is a VA? VA is a virtual assistant. And what I would have this VA do for me is I would actually hire three VAs. Okay, three VAs. You say, wow, Mike, that sounds expensive. But no, not really, because I show you how to hire these VAs for only $120 a month and them working for you 40 hours a week. So I would hire the VAs, and I would hire three different VAs. The very first VA, what I would have them do is what I call, right? The second VA, what I would have them do is what I call mobile marketing, which is basically SMS, right? SMS. And the third VA, what I would have them do is what I call list building, right? Now, each of these VAs, I would pay them $120 a month. So again, $120 a month, and they would work 40 hours per week for me, which will be times 4 weeks for them to get $120 a month. Okay. Now you say, well, Mike, this can't be done. Trust me, it's done. I wrote a book about it. I've been doing it since 1999 when AOL and NetZero were competing in the malls for dial-up, not broadband, dial-up. Okay, so I have a lot of experience. I wrote a book. A lot of people have used it, have a lot of success. I use it all the time. So, but to go further, I want to go back to the story. If I only had $500 marketing, this is exactly what I would have them do. I would have one VA build me a list. Now, it's very important that when they're building this list, okay, that I am putting all this data into what I call seller Excel sheet. Now, if this step is not done, then there's going to be a lot of money lost. Okay, you can still do deals, but the gold is in the seller Excel sheet. Now, in this seller Excel sheet, some of the basic things that they will be collecting is, emails, if possible, phone numbers, if possible, or cell phone number, whatever it is, address, if possible. Sometimes I have the address, sometimes they not. Okay, and then where I got it, where got leads. Okay, at the very minimum. Now, there could be more stuff I can collect, but I don't have to. But going back to the list building, that VA would be building my list. And what lists can they build? For example, I would have them go on to Craigslist.com. I would have them go on to Facebook Marketplace. I would let them go to Letgo. I would let them go to hundreds and if not thousands of FSBO sites out there, like FSBO.com. I would just type in Google FSBOs. I would type in houses for sale, and there's hundreds and thousands of websites out there that have data, and I would compile that all into, okay, into this. Actually, we'll go from the very top into this Excel sheet that would have these basic information. Okay, now I said only $500, and yes, majority of the money of the $500 is going towards labor. That's going to create me massive amount of leads, so I don't have to do the dirty work. I don't have to do the digging. I don't have to do the calling. I don't have to sit there on my phone doing SMS one by one. Okay, so the $500 will, right off the bat, for three VAs would cost me 120 plus 120 plus 120. That becomes 0, 2, 4, 6, $360. All right, a month for three VAs. So out of that money, if I do $500 minus $360, I will be left with zero for $140 left. Okay, so people ask me, well, Mike, what are these VAs going to SMS? Well, they're going to SMS the data that this list build got, because it's going to cost me so much less money to build my own list versus going and pay for someone to buy a list. Okay, because that costs too much money. Okay, now I can build my own list for a very small amount. That has a lot of benefits. I own the list. I can sell it. I can do many different things, but I'm not suggesting to sell it. I'm suggesting that I build the list to work it, right? But what I'm saying is it's better to have your own assets versus like buying someone else's and becoming someone else's liability, especially if it only costs $120 a month for that one guy to work 40 hours, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for you. That's very cheap. Most people don't know how to hire these VAs. Now, if you want to learn how to hire these VAs, I'll show you how to get the course later on, okay? So make sure you stay to the end, okay? A lot of great information in this video today packed for you. Now, so I would hire these VAs that would do my calling for me, right? Now that brings me, I need two types of VAs because there's many types of VAs, but VAs are broken down into two types, okay? And I call it voice and back office. And so I would need one back office. I would need two back offices because these people are not going to use their voice. I could pay them less than 120 because all they're going to do is just simple data entry. They're going to just simply copy and paste SMS, or the other person, the list builder, all they're going to do is just copy some information, put it into Excel sheet. Very, very simple. I might be able to get away paying someone like that less than $120 a month, just $90 a month, $100 a month, and save the 20, okay? And then I can save the 20 and give it to the caller, because the one that has to call, they have to, be able to deal with rejection, but more importantly, they got to be able to speak English. So if they speak two languages, they deserve more money. So that's what I would do it. But if I just wanted to make it simple, I would pay each one of them 120. There are many people that speak English perfectly around the world. They love to work for $120 a month. You just got to know where to find them, how to filter them, how to structure everything else. Because if you want to hire VAs, many people are going to run out there and try to hire a VA, and you're going to lose a lot of money, and you're going to be upset because you don't have systems in place. You don't have job delegations to give them. You don't have manuals for exactly what to do. Because if you never hire someone, then you think hiring a VA is going to be easy. It's even harder than in the real world, because in the real world, they come to your office, you can watch over their shoulders, you can hold their hands, but virtually, oh man, you're going to get taken advantage of and get taken out to the banker if you don't know have systems to monitor, to regulate them, to watch them, to give them bonuses, to reward them, and so on. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll show you how to do that later. Okay, now let's go to the marketing. So the very first thing I would do is number one, I would hire a VA. This is number one. The next thing I would do is that I would now apply a lot of free marketing ideas, okay? Which is, I'm going to post what I call passive on classifieds. There's a lot of them out there. Again, there's like Craigslist.com, there is like Let Go, OfferUp, there's Facebook Marketplace, and basically I would just put an ad there saying, hey, if I'm an investor, hey, I buy houses. If I'm a real estate agent, I would just put, hey, I can give you a free CMA, or know what your house price is, or, I can do blah, 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 whatever it is that your glitch is. You're a property manager, you're a listing agent, whatever, buyer's agent, depends on that. Okay, so I would take advantage of the free platforms out there, because believe it or not, millions of people go to Craigslist, millions of people go to Facebook Marketplace, millions of people go to Let Go, OfferUp, and they're on there. So if they're looking for an investor, if they're looking for an agent, they're going to search in there, and you can come up and get free, not paid, free customers. So I would post on there, but don't expect to get a lot of deals from that. Just maybe like one every 2 or 3 months. Okay, depends on the area. Some areas you may be able to get one every month, or one or two every month. Depends on what you're doing. Okay, if you're an investor, one or two. If you're a real estate agent and you're representing buyers, you can get a lot. Okay, so it just depends on what you're doing. So I'm just giving both sides. Okay, now the next thing I would do is that what I call Facebook tagging. Okay, and this is very, 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 very powerful tool to spend very little amount of money in marketing because the remaining balance that we have is only $120. Okay, so what we need to do is stretch this 120 out. And so that's why I recommend to put the remaining of the money, what I would do, I would put the remaining, I don't recommend for you, you can do whatever you like, but for what I would do is I would put the remaining of my money into what I call Facebook tagging. And what that means is that when a seller comes to my website, so here's an ocean of homeowners, and I do my marketing. My marketing, say, let's say, it was from the VA. They were sending text messages out into this pool's ocean, right, to find a motivated seller. And one motivated seller raises his hands and he goes and to my website, right, to my landing page. Okay, all right. And what happens is that what if this guy decides not to call me, all right, or submit a lead? What if he decides not to do that? And so he comes to the website and then he says, you know what, I don't like the color, I don't like the sales copy or whatever, and he decides to leave. Okay, now that cost me a lot of money because the seller came here and they left. So one of the things I like to do is tag them with a special code. Okay, that way this guy that came here and now he's leaving, I can market to this guy over and over and over and over versus marketing to the whole ocean, because if I have to market to the ocean, I have to hit up thousands and thousands of people to find that one motivated seller that came to my website and then decided that he or she didn't like the color of my website and decided to leave because they didn't call me. Now, this is so big because this is so revolutionary because never before in the history of business how are we able to target down and tag these visitors in a way for us to remarket to them over and over and over. Okay, which is revolutionary because if you understand anything about the business or any business, so many people come to your website and they leave. Okay, then you'll have a small percentage that will submit a lead, okay, or call you or submit it or send you an email. That's only a small percent, okay. Let's say, for this example, let's say 20%. Out of that 20%, then you have to work those leads and maybe, 3% become your customers, okay. But now we're in a situation where I'm showing you is for only $140 a month, you're able to go and target these leads that came to your website, they needed your services, they had the pain and you had the solution, but for some reason they didn't like the copy, the website, whatever, and they decide to leave. But that doesn't mean that they don't need the services, that they don't need you to solve their problems. And that's why what I call Facebook tagging, I would spend $140 in that device to basically $35 a week. That's it, guys. $35 a week into Facebook tagging. Okay. Now, if you want to learn how to do that, you could download the Alchemy Stones. So we filmed a 2-day course where we show you exactly how to set up all this stuff. Okay, how to set up the VAs, how to set up the Facebook tags, how to do everything. Plus, we give you all the content that you want. Okay, and I'll show you how to get to that a little bit, or you can go to myrealestatedojo.com or mrnofluff.com and download the pre-recorded version right now. If you're interested in how to do this yourself. And if you want us to do it for you, please contact us and we'll be happy to do it. But it's going to be a little bit more expensive than than if you do it yourself. But you're saving yourself a lot of time and you're letting the pros do it for you. Okay. All right. So now what we have is we have marketing number one, which is going to cost $360. That means hiring 3 VAs, one to make the calls, one to do the mobile marketing, SMS, and one to build your list. And we talked about where to build the list from. The second marketing we're going to do is posting on classifieds that are totally for free, like Craigslist, like Let Go, like Facebook Marketplace. And the next thing we're going to do is this one is going to cost money. The last one didn't cost any money, which is the Facebook tag, but we're only spending $140 a month, guys. So we're now tapped out at our marketing budget, but we still have other things to be doing in our marketing plan, because out of the marketing plan that I'm going to provide you, only two of them require money, and which we already talked about, the VA and the Facebook tag. But now let's go back to being the proactive stuff to do. The other things we can do that are proactive that I would now do if I had only $500 marketing is now I would drive for dollars. Okay, what that means is I get in my car, I drive my area that I live in, or where I want to buy, and drive that area and write down all that information and give it to that Excel sheet that you created earlier, which includes their name, email, address, and how did you see this. So then this would be a drive for dollars. I would do that. Okay, that doesn't cost money, very little amount of money, if any, because in gas. The other thing I would do is what I call fit for dollars, and that means that in my own local mile or two, I may go ride my bicycle. I may go, do some walking with the family or by yourself, however, and do fit for dollars, because that's really good, because that gets the blood pumping, that gets you drilling going, that makes you feel good. So that way you can find deals and be able to enjoy because you have good health, guys. Okay. So I would do fit for dollars, drive for dollars. Those are totally for free. Okay. The posting on classifieds is totally for free. And the other thing I would do is that make sure, I am doing social media marketing. Okay. What I mean by that is I would be posting on Facebook groups for classifieds, right? And that should actually go on here. But make sure you have your own Facebook page. Make sure you're constantly posting on your own timeline, letting people know what you do. If you're an agent, if you're an investor, if you're buying houses, if you're fixing and flipping, if you're wholesaling. All right, guys. So the last is I would be putting stuff on social media. Okay, that this is what I do, and that I buy houses. Okay. Now, if you want us to help you set up all the system up, or if you like to do it by yourself, then I highly recommend download the Alchemy Stones. Okay, we show you how to set up all these funnels. If you'd like to do it for yourself. If you're interested in the VA course that we show you how to hire them, how to filter them, how to save you a lot of money, save you a lot of time, right, and help you make a lot more money because you're able to clone yourself for pennies on the dollar. If you like get infinite returns almost because it costs so little, then download the VA course at mrnoflip.com. And if you like to work with us, if you like for us to answer your questions, then consider joining our mentorship called the Abundance Club. It's just $1 for a 7-day trial. After that, it's just $97 a month, no contracts. I don't know why you would want to leave, because we just add value to you to help you do deals, guys. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Click this message if you're getting value. Share it on your social media. Don't forget to join the real estate discussions. Okay. It's a Facebook group. It's totally for free. Go to mrnoflip.com. It's on the very, very top. It says join the real estate discussions. Introduce yourself. We'd love to meet you. I personally love to meet you. I'm there. And I'll see you on the next video. Much love.